Hello, everybody. Doing an early stream for once. I figured, yeah, you know what, I was just sitting around, might as well stream opening up some packs on MASTERDUEL, because Hecahands is finally out. I've been waiting, because I love Chimera Hecahands. I've been meaning to mess with that deck. I've always loved Chimera. For those of you just watching, you guys can join my Discord. It is in my link tree that should be pinned in the comments. That's the best way to get a hold of me, hang out, anybody can join. And let's see. Some other exciting news. I will be moving soon. And I have a lot of plans for that. Gonna be streaming a lot more. Gonna be trying to invite some friends over to live stream domain duels. So if you wanna stay updated on that, you can like I said, follow me on my Discord. You'll see updates. But for now, I was wanting to play the new Hecahands. There was one deck that won a 180-man regional. List is pretty basic. The main difference of this deck and what I normally play on MASTERDUEL is that instead of the Azamina package, it added in the Hecahands package, and that gave some extra room in the extra deck. So this deck is playing the OTK Chimera. It's also playing Aerial Eater and Lucy, or Luce. I don't really know how to... Luke? I don't know. Because Buio is actually a pretty cool target to send to the graveyard with Berfomat. And other than that, the deck plays pretty similarly. You're going to be using Gazelle, or you're going to be using Kodal to search a Gazelle, or Mirror Sword Knight. And with your Gazelle, which you're going to prioritize searching, when you fuse it off, you're going to use Gazelle to search up either Nightmare Apprentice or Ibdel, if you haven't already found Ibdel somehow. And then, oh sorry, well it still does the Fiendsmith stuff, so you're going to actually, use Berfomet to send Evil Hero Sinister Necrom to get a dust of gold to go into the Fiendsmith stuff, and with your sequence are going to be making Aerial Eater to then send Buio and go from there. It's a cool deck. I'm excited for it. I have enough packs to open up 60 packs. So hopefully that works out. What's up, Adventures of Conan? Picking up the main deck for any reason is a maidenless behavior. What do you mean? What main deck? So, well, let's go open packs, shall we? Oh, yeah. There's really nothing else in here I'm excited about. Like, I don't care about Elf Node or, what is this, Doomsy? Exosister. Yeah. Really just here for the Hecahands. I recently have been getting addicted to trying to open up Royal Rares. That was a terrible idea. giant waste of resources. But man, does it feel good when you finally get what you're trying to open. I have 3 Gazelles that are in Royal Rare, and I've been meaning to try and move on to, I think, the Fusion Spell? I think the Fusion Spell is what I was trying to get Master Rares of. And the last time I tried, I can't remember what the average was for trying to get a Royal Rare. I thought I remember hearing it was around like 1,500 super rare gems, or whatever they're called. and I dumped like 1,500 gems into it and got nothing. It felt so bad. My gosh, I'm gonna be able to play Archmage. Oh, there it is. Oh, well, actually, I have been seeing some Chimera decks play a small Archmage package, and Non Finito was in them. I should have looked it up a little bit before this. I only looked up the deck that I was gonna end up building. Ooh. Hope everybody else has been doing good. I think I'm gonna go back to leaving up my live streams. I was taking them down immediately just because of the negative attention I was getting. I think it's it's about time to go back to normal though. You know, Conan, it's funny that I don't know if you're making a joke about like me playing a crappy deck, but which like doesn't offend me at all. It is it's not a great deck, right? The fact that it was able to top or get first place at a regional was probably due to the fact that like the deck was new and most people didn't know exactly what all the Hecahands cards do. That was really weird. It like very slowly opened up for a card. But I also noticed today that Triff like mentioned you should give up your pet decks or you shouldn't have any like loyalty to a deck. And like, yeah, that makes sense from a competitive standpoint, because if you're just trying to be competitive, you should just be trying to play the best deck for the format. And if you can't like look at a format objectively and try and pick whatever you think is going to be best in whatever meta you think is coming about, that's good pull. Like I only try playing Branded Chimera, or I'm sorry, Fiendsmith Chimera, because I just like the deck. It has like some chance of doing okay with a strong pilot, but I would never be like under the delusions of grandeur about winning a YCS or anything. I have not opened up. Oh my goodness. Okay, well let's go again. I was about ready just to complain, and I almost spoke too soon. Didn't need two of those, but who knows? Maybe someday there might be a pure Hecahands deck that's just like super obnoxious about taking your opponent's stuff. Just trying to mess up their lane climbing plays and whatnot. I wish it would tell you as you're opening packs like how many of that card you have. Would be nice. Hecahands bait. This card would be really annoying in domain format. Distribute a Hecahands or a monster you control that is owned by your opponent to control one monster your opponent controls. That's permanent. And then during your end phase, you can just send whatever you stole to the graveyard. Alright, 30 more packs to go. Actually, I should have took a look and seen what I have left to add to the deck. I don't think I've opened a Jowza yet. Hecahands, Jackpot 7. Goldus. Bro, James, I'm gonna have to invite you over whenever I move. I really don't think I'm going to be playing Exo Sisters, so I think I can safely dust those cards. I got 3 of the same card in that pack. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Come on, give me Jowza. But how you been doing, James? I know I haven't invited you guys to come play Domain in a while. Soon, though. Not bad? Go take a look and see at that deck I want to build. Did I already build it? No, Mitsu. Chimera Buio. Alright, let's... Oh, I gotta go. 1 second, sorry. Is this it? No. I just had it pulled up. Okay, here it is. Yo, what's up, Mihai? How's it going, man? Can't stay? Oh, that's alright. I appreciate you stopping by. Just gonna be playing Chimera Hands. Chimera Hecahands. Oops. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So 3 Gazelle, yeah. 1 Birth, yeah. 3 Codal, yeah. 3 Sword Knight, yeah. 1 Gygus. Oh yeah, this is funny. I have to type on my keyboard, but then I have to hit enter on my actual Steam Deck, which I find funny. One Gygus coming up. I don't think it has these cards. Okay, 1 Gygus, 3 Ibtel. I've only got one Ibdel so far. That's okay, I'll just build the deck. One Yadel. One level 1 Fiend guy. This is not in the deck, but obviously I want to play it. Three Fiendsmith. Oh, well, we're at 2. One Lacrima. Yep, we got that. 2 of the heroes. 1, 2. It's supposed to be 3 Fulos, but I'm going to do 2 Fulos and Maxi. 3 Ash. Oh, there's no Ash. I guess I'm playing Ash instead of Imperm. Oh, no, I already have 3 Ashes? Yeah, I do. 1 Hecahands. 3 Chimera Fusion, yeah. 1 Tract. 1 Mutiny. 2 Droplet. Tactics called by. Tactics called by. And 1 of the hand. This one, right? Yadal, yep. Is that really all it's... So I'm just playing Gygus as my bridge. Or not my bridge, but the one card that's supposed to try and nab one of my opponent's monsters. But okay, I was just making sure it was the Excavate 3. The one that looks at their hand, is this the one? Yeah, look at one random card in your opponent's hand. It is so good if you can nab a monster, because it's just like, you're going to nab a monster with this, you're going to nab another card with this. That's so backbreaking, but it's just not guaranteed to hit a monster with Boreas. If you did, though, it's such high ceiling. But unfortunately, if you miss, then you can't make Jowza. And then you're stuck. So I think I'll just go with the consistency. This does not have Nib. Three Apprentice, yep. So this is a 43 deck. I have 42 because I can't play a third Engraver. I guess I could play another Tract as kind of a pseudo third Engraver. Or I can just play 42. Or maybe add in an Imperm. Or maybe even a third Fululus. There we go. Alright. Okay, the extra deck. 2 of these guys. 1 of this guy. We're not playing... No, we're not playing him. 1, 2, 3. Those are all my Lynx and Xyz. 1 Lacrima. 1 Eater. 1 Magnum. 1 Loose. 1 Duke. 1 Jowza. 1 Chimera, Guardian Chimera. And then 1 of him. I have an extra card in here somewhere. Where is it? No, I don't. Okay. Chimera, Hecahands. Alright, so now I just need a Jowza and 2 more Ibdel. I think I could just dust some stuff. Oops. I really don't think I need Exosister stuff. I don't know exactly how I feel about the Elf Note Power Patron stuff. I really don't need more than one of these. I definitely don't need that. Definitely don't need Libromancer. I'll just dismantle these. And make 1 Jowza. I did not have to spend all my gems, which feels pretty good. Another thing I was thinking about was... So if I go first, what? I want to look up. I guess I can just look up related cards, right? I kind of want to add in the Ibal, which is a monster effect negate. But if I open both Ibal and Yadal in my hand, I am just going to lose. It's just 2 bricks in my hand. I just don't think I can play them both. Not without the, because like in the regional the regional winner deck, he only had 1 in the main and then 1 in the side to put in when he knew he was going first. Sorry, I gotta, I don't know, turn down the music a little bit, I guess. But we'll give this a try. I tried getting into gold last night. I just didn't end up actually... Oops. Didn't end up actually spending as much time as I wanted to. Alright. Let's go. Finally got Hecahands in Master Duel. I usually don't buy like pets or anything. What are they called? Mates. But in the last Master Duel, they added a feature where you can like buy old packages, old gift. So not a very good going second hand, but I do have Droplet, so there's some hope. Oh, let's go, Magnets. This deck is sick too. To keep doing this every time I need to do something else. Yep. This is gonna end on a pretty solid board because I'm having no interaction. I mean, so if I get to do anything on my turn, it's nice opening Chimera and the Fusion because then I can summon Chimera to go search for the Sinister Necrom. And that means I can send something else with the bird format. Like, I can just send Buio early, I guess. Magnets and Domain, by the way, I built that as well. Very sick deck. I handed it... I remember I was playing a Domain... one of the last times I was playing Domain. I handed my Magnet Domain deck, which had... that rock archetype that's mainly synchros, that excavates the top 5. And puts those... Oh, guess what? So many decks, where is it? Yeah, Emancipator, thank you. I handed it to somebody who doesn't play a lot of like competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, and they did pretty good still. Oh yeah, baby. He's gonna go get Nib. I can abuse that dragon with Morphing Jar. Which dragon? Oh, that's interesting. They pop their own with the... And then they get to chain that. That's pretty good. Okay, so all monsters are earth. I don't think that matters with any of my fusions. Oh, what do you add? The negate, right? Yeah, Guardian. Link 2. Cross Sheep, yep. Surprised he didn't summon it here. Did he mess up? No, he didn't mess up. No, he's fusion summoning right now, okay. Oh, he's adding. Delusion, yeah. See, if he would have summoned the Cross Sheep here, and this not there, but that there, then he'd be able to use the Monster Reborn effect. Or maybe he's still not done. Chimera, okay. That's pretty good, actually. So he can target to take with this because everything's earth. All earth. Does he have the one that forces attacks? No. During opponent's turn, quick effect, you can tribute this card to add 2, special summon them. This can negate. And this one forces attacks, right? Yeah. Well, you control an earth, your opponent's monsters that can attack, must attack earth monsters. Okay, okay. So, okay, that's not a problem. I think I'm gonna be okay here. I guess I'll bait an Ash with Tract. I mainly just really want this Gazelle to have the least amount of resistance. So I'm surprised he sent the Delusion, because he could use the Delusion to pop my Fabled Lurry. Oh, wait, I'm an idiot. I can't do any Fiendsmith stuff because they're all Earth. That's so funny. But actually, you know, that's kind of nice. Or I shouldn't say that's nice, but I can kind of still get around this because of Chimera Fusion. Or sorry, Droplet. So if he tries to like imperm this, I can Chimera Fusion. And then also I can Droplet. So he doesn't do anything there. I'm wondering what he's going to IP into. Very interesting. Still not doing anything. Although I am going to be forced to attack, which may not be a problem because I can maybe just make the big Chimera and attack 3 times. Search for an illusion, send to graveyard. Do I Droplet this? I could send both of these to Droplet this and this. I think I might. So now I'm not stopped by this. Send to the graveyard, Buyo. Add Ibidel. So I think I'm good to go now. Man, I've not played very much with Chalice, but that felt really, really good. Like, I just felt like I had options the entire time it was in my hand. Oh, I guess I should have started doing the Ibdel stuff first, huh? Didn't matter. Oh, nib. Okay. It's gonna be a big old token. I didn't even think they had. I don't even remember. I guess they isn't the craziest situation that they just had it. But I can just use it to make sequence. Okay. So I still think I'm good here. Gotta kind of hurry up now. I'm gonna pick this just because I know I can tack over that. What do I fusion summon here? Could go for loose and then go into Hecahands stuff. Let's see, that's, I would pop that. It's 35. Plus 12 is 47. 81. I think that's lethal. Oh, and I have mutiny. Do I destroy the... No. I was thinking about destroying the back row, but... Am I gonna whiff? Oh. Whew. I thought I was gonna whiff. It was the third card, man. Okay, please don't have, like, a battle trap. Don't have a mirror force, is all I ask. Okay, good, good, good. Let's go! First game's a win! I would like to thank that W to Forbidden Crown. Not too shabby. With the deck being so fiend heavy, I gotta figure out the lines better. There's just another, like, there's kind of like another layer with this deck because of the fact that I can send Buio to get Mutiny in the Sky, and which can lead to like another normal summon with the Duke. It can lead to another Foolish Burial with Aerial Leader. Am I going first? No. Awesome. Awesome. Another game where hope I draw Forbidden Droplet. Ooh, the RDA stuff. I think this deck got significantly better. My only problem with this deck is, like, it's kind of like along the same line of Blue Eyes. It just seems to take forever for the turn to not do much. Now, I understand that as I say that, I'm probably going to lose now. This deck is actually super annoying in domain format, believe it or not. I don't think it has the newest support yet. That's good to know. How you doing, Vibronic? I normally don't stream this early, but I was pretty excited about the Hecahands stuff, to be honest. I've been waiting for the Hecahands stuff to come out in Master Duel. You know, I was just thinking the other day, as upset as I get that I have to wait so freaking long to play the new support in Master Duel, OCG players have to wait even longer. Like, they already had these cards, you know, Hecahands, well before we had them in the TCG. Because in my mind, it's like they caught in TCG, and then I got to wait until here for them to come out in Master Duel, right? Well, OCG had to wait even, longer. Could you imagine having to wait, oh god, like 8 months to play a freaking deck? I use Crimson Gaia as my example of a card that gets better every time you read it. True, that card is quite good. Like, that's kind of the strength of the deck in Domain, is you just get to continuously add cards to hand. It seems like they have a crap ton of Monster Reborns. Changing all your opponent's monsters to face on defense positions, no, nothing to sneeze at either. I don't completely get how to use the Hecahands stuff yet. Me neither, but we're going to try. See, this isn't too assuming of a board. Oh, that would have been nice. I guess I only would have netted one card. I guess it's not a big deal. Target face up a card your opponent controls and negate its effects. When this card inflicts battle damage, you target a tuner in your graveyard, special defense. Okay, so this lets him special. Alright. Did he add any traps? He did. When your opponent activates a card effect while you control or RDA, you can target a card in the field, destroy it. And it lets it special summon. Okay. You see that new 50/50 in Blazing? It's awesome. I will look that up momentarily. So I guess I could just try this and start baiting out stuff. Yes. Oh, no. No, man. Crap. I mean, I guess. Oof. It synergizes with DD Post very well. Well, then, count me in. Oh, do I make... I think I do. I'm going to try, because I don't want a Dust of Gold in my hand, and I don't care about using a Nibdell. Oh, I guess he could negate it, though, huh? Ah, whatever. I can normal summon this and get another one. Yeah, I'll pull up 50/50 when we're done here. Wait, hold on. You reveal this, shuffle into the deck. Okay, so if I don't shuffle it, then I don't get the effect. So this card is sent to the grave, you can target a Hecahands once graveyard except itself. Okay, so I can't use that yet, but that's alright. Probably reading my cards. What's up, Nightmare? How's it going? Sure. And you want to pop my Gygus? Yep. Oh, he's not activating the effect. Okay. Weekly Domain duels, huh? That's impressive. What have you been playing lately? Okay, which one of these don't do anything graveyard? Once the card's normal summoned. Sure, this one. Oh, I summoned from his deck and he gets to draw? That's crazy. That's crazy. Is it a Light Fiend? Holy smokes, it's a Light Fiend. Wait, do I do Jowza? I think I do. Do I? You know what? Hold on. How else am I going to get into Fiendsmith? I don't think I can now. Because he negated that. Yeah, and if I go into Fiendsmith stuff, I can still get one more Foolish Burial. I guess I'm giving up the Hecahands stuff. And I'm just gonna let him draw 30 cards. Going for the kill, guys. Go ahead and draw. Snake Eyes with Kurikara? Okay. Oh, the fire thing that makes your opponent tribute the monsters that they've of effects that they've activated this turn? Right? I hope I make DDD High Wave King Caesar before he gets a chance to nib me. Or actually, I don't think he's activated this pop effect, has he? Basically, no one plays on my turn. You're just like, I'm holding this over your head. That's kind of funny to me, to be honest. Okay, yeah, I want to make Area Leader? Question mark? Send Buio. Or do I want to send Big Wing Burfamat so that I can... Oh, see, this is the hard part. Let's see. Before I can send this and bring back Fiendsmith. It's so hard. I'll just send Buio. We've been getting watched by my brother. He plays dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are pretty nasty. Is he using the new GMX stuff? I think I bring this back so that I can try and get rid of it. Oh, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. But all right, whatever. That big fusion is crazy. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Oh, I don't have enough time. Holy smokes. I don't have enough time. I was thinking way too long about all my plays. I don't have much time. I don't think I can mutiny this guy. Okay, I know. Come on, let me activate it, you asshole. Where is it? Where is it? Let me activate it. I don't know what I'm summoning, but I just need more attack power in play. Okay, now I just gotta attack. Attack, let me attack. Do I get to activate my guy? Did I not get to activate my... Okay. Oh, that doesn't actually kill him. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I should not use that much attack. I would have killed him, I think, if I would have attacked the other way. No, I wouldn't have. Now I'm just dead. Dang it, I missed lethal. I was playing too slow. If I would have negated that summon, I would have killed him. Golly. Man. Oh, Resonator Call is activated. Chain another card? No. Man. I've convinced everyone to let me use the new tunes, so I'm gonna try Chimera tunes. What do you mean you convinced them? They're just letting you play a Chimera deck but also use tunes? About time I stream some Yu-Gi-Oh! What's up, Brian? How's it going, man? I miss you. I'm just doing my best. The tunes from OCG. Yeah, no, I was just hanging out, and I was very much looking forward to the new Hecahands stuff coming out for this deck. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Might as well just stream it. Let me negate that. I've abandoned Genshin and I'm now playing Neverness to Everness. I've never heard of that. I didn't play Genshin very much either, to be completely honest. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I just got like, I just had like, I was like, oh, I'm totally gonna just become obsessed with Genshin. And then I played for like 2 days and I was like, nah, bro. That's how that went. Ooh, gosh. He's gonna destroy all my attack position monsters. That is not once per turn? Lame. That's some bull. Oh, I'm so mad because, like, I could have normal summoned my Molcharmy and then made a bow. Well, I guess I wouldn't have done anything because I would need cards in my hand. Oh, no, I would have had a card in my hand because he would have been in the graveyard. And I'd be able to add back a Fiend. It got too overwhelming to try and catch up and stay relevant. Yeah, that's kind of like immediately what I was recognizing when I tried starting like doing dailies and everything. And finally trying to like upgrade gear. I was just like, oh, this is going to take way too much of my time. It's fun, not gonna lie. I like the fact that it's like, you know, Breath of the Wild clone. In that aspect, it's really fun. Okay, so the funny thing is, he's got to get through my Chimera. I think, all right, he will be able to once, won't he? I don't know if this guy's actually gonna be able to kill me. Stop asking me. A 12? Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I'm dead. Okay. Okay. Oh, it is piercing, alright. He's just like, yep, I'm done. That's great. Dude, this is so funny. I think I win. I just attacked twice with my Chimera. I know if he would have attacked with a normal RDA, he would have been able to destroy it while it's face down, right? I'm trying very careful not to just pass end phase because I want to use my Chimera in graveyard to bring back my Mirror Sword Knight and get Big Wing Burfament in play. Oh, wait! Oh, I don't have it. Oh god, I think I'm gonna screw up here. Oh, I screwed myself there. I did not activate its effect because I would have lost. Okay, you can activate the card effect while you control an RDA, target something and destroy it. So he's going to be able to destroy this as soon as I activate anything. These only affect monsters. Distance. That doesn't become RDA, and this doesn't become RDA. So what if I chain droplet on this when he activates this? I'm curious. Oh, I didn't do anything. Okay. Well, I only have 30 seconds. My goodness. What other light themes? What other themes? Oh, yeah, okay. I don't have enough time to do this. I'd have to think about how I'm going to go through all this. And I just don't have the time. Yeah, I just don't have enough time. GG. Oh my gosh, I feel like I could have won that one too. Okay, somebody asked me about a card called 50/50, I believe. Let's go see what 50/50 is about. Card database 50/50. Oh, this card. Okay. I remember seeing it. Take one monster and 2 traps from your deck and reveal them. Your opponent... Take one monster and 2 traps and reveal them. Your opponent randomly picks one, and you look at the remaining 2 to banish 1 trap from it. Then your opponent chooses one of these effects for you to apply. Reveal the card picked by your opponent, and if it was a monster, add it to your hand or special summon it. Or if it wasn't, banish it and also shuffle the rest of the deck. Oh my gosh, what does this card even do? Take one monster and 2 traps from your deck and reveal them. And then your opponent randomly picks one. So I imagine you're revealing them face up, but then you turn them face down, right? And they pick one. I need to actually like get out 3 random ass cards and practice this. Okay, 3 cards. We'd have to say 2 of them are traps and 1, I guess. Okay, we'll say the spell is actually a trap. So I take 3, 1 monster and 2 traps. I reveal them, but then they pick one random, so they'd be face down. So they pick one at random. It was a trap. I look at the remaining 2 to banish a trap from it. Okay. So let's say I banish the second trap. So I banish it face up. So they'll see it, right? That means they're choosing... Oh, wait. Reveal the card picked by your opponent. Wasn't it already revealed by them picking it? Either way, reveal the card picked by your opponent, which was the first trap. And if it's a monster, add to your hand or special summon it. And if it wasn't, banish it. Also shuffle the rest into the deck. What? So if they end up picking one of the traps, they just... nothing happens, is what it looks like. Okay. So in my scenario, I revealed 2 traps and a monster, and they randomly picked a trap. I look at the remaining 2 and banish a trap from it. Okay. Then your opponent chooses one of these effects. So because your opponent gets to choose, it's like really shitty. Because they could just reveal the card they picked, which was a trap, and banish it. And then shuffle the monster back into the deck. So this banishes 2 traps, essentially. Oh, okay, so if DD Post is one of these cards, they're essentially not giving you nothing because you'll end up banishing the DD Post face up and it'll put itself into play. Okay, but if your opponent picks the monster... So they pick... Let's say they pick the monster. I look at the remaining 2 traps and I see DD Post. So I banish DD Post. Then my opponent can say, reveal the card that was not picked. Or let's see. They can either choose to let me summon that monster, or reveal the card that was not picked. See, this is so weird because it's like not really a 50-50 because your opponent knows what... I'm so confused on how this is like a 50-50. Because once they know what they picked and I show what I reveal, they know what the third card is. And they're just going to pick the best scenario for that third card. Sorry. I'm so confused on how this is, like, good. Because they can make it... They essentially can make it so you never summon a monster, right? They don't know what they pick until they make the final decision? Oh. Okay. Well, then why doesn't it say that? Okay, I got 2 traps and a monster. I reveal them, but then I have to have them randomly pick, which means they have to go face down, right? My opponent randomly picks one. So when they pick one, is it revealed? No, it's not, because every time a card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Asks me to pick randomly, I pick face down, and then it doesn't show me what it is once they put it in their hand. I'm thinking of, like, that Blue Eyes spell, Blue Eyes Bingo. I've always been curious why, like, it has me pick randomly. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why not just say add one randomly to your hand? Because, like, I don't get to see the card before it goes to their hand. Okay, okay. This is making more sense. They pick a card, but they do not see what it is. This is gonna cause so many judge calls. You guys realize this? This is gonna cause so many judge calls. They randomly pick one, and I look at the remaining 2 to banish a trap. So I have to banish a trap. Okay, in this scenario, I have a monster left, and my opponent does not know what they picked. They only see the trap that I banished, which I will always pick DD Post, right? But they might have picked DD Post. So, well, they don't know that though. They don't know that though. Then they pick to reveal the card they picked or the card I have left. Okay, so it is a 50-50. All right, all right. You can also banish the curse. That makes sense. Yeah, you can banish the Diabell. Okay, I'm seeing the value in this now. So let's say they reveal the card picked by... Let's say they end up revealing the card that they end up picking but don't know what it is. They show it. It's a trap. So it's a trap that I'm going to say has an effect on banish. And then I shuffle the monster back. And if it's DD Post and Curse of Diabell, that's like a plus 1. I see. You will always have at least one trap to banish. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. I like this card. It only took me 10 minutes to figure out how it works, though. This is amazing in Domain. You essentially just make sure you have, I guess 2 traps to banish at minimum. Traps that have effects when they're banished face up. So it can be DD Post and Curse of Diabell. And you'll either end up just getting DD Post, or you'll get DD Post plus Curse of Diabell plus the monster you summon. Right? Can you do all 3? No, because one gets shuffled back. This card is so tough. But I like it. I'll just have to resolve it very slow every time I play it. I'm gonna try and play this in the next Domain game that I record. I will have to remember that. I think there was also... I think somebody else asked me to look at something. Yep, and if they get the monster, it's also +1. Yeah, that's true. Because you'll either summon it or add it to your hand, right? Well, they're kind of incentivized to reveal the card that was not picked by anybody. Because if it's a monster, it only adds itself to their hand. So they're kind of incentivized to pick the card that is left. Because at worst, if it's a monster, it just goes to your hand. Whereas if they reveal the card that they themselves picked, if it's a monster, you get the choice of adding to your hand or special summoning it. So I kind of think that they're incentivized to go with this option. I'm not going to tell them that when I activate it. You know what I'm saying? But either way, if the first trap that I banish, and then if they end up banishing a second trap, that's a +1. Or I get a plus off of... It's a +1 either way, really. That's kind of cool. You can force this to be a +1. Because the first trap that you banish will be DD Post or Curse of Diabel or something. And then if they end up revealing a monster... I don't know why they would ever pick this, but let's say they do. Sadly, only 2 traps have effects when banished. That's it? There's got to be more. I mean, what's there's got to be a better search engine than YGO Pro Deck. So let's look at traps. Oh gosh, race. Why is it called race? Trap card. Now, see, will this also include things like continuous traps? How do I search its text? Do I search here? Banished. Okay, I need to read the wording on DD Post. Because I imagine that'll be similar for everything else that has an effect when it's banished. DD Post. If this card is banished. Okay, that's what I need to search. If this card is banished from the hand or field, okay, that doesn't work. DD Post. If this card is banished, you can target an Xyz, add one of your catch your monsters, attach it to your hand. Okay, so that only works when you already have like an established board. If this card is banished, you can add a Metaphys. There we go, that's another one. I don't know who's playing Metaphys. If this card is banished, you can summon a Souled Sword token. There's, okay, Sword Soul. If this card is banished, you can summon a Sword Soul token. Yeah, there's a bunch of Sword Souls that say when they're banished, they all summon a token. So that's not bad. Low-key, a Sword Soul starter? That's funny. But the funny thing is, Curse of Diabel wasn't in here. If you control blah blah blah. If this card is sent to the graveyard or banished. Oh, that's... Do I need to look up or banished as well? As far as I could tell, this is the first card to say, like, have an effect when sent to the graveyard or banished from the hand or deck. That's a crazy sentence. Does it still have all the trap card? Or banished. Oh, come on. It doesn't even bring up Curse of Diabel. See, this is why I'm so spoiled from using Scryfall. Scryfall is such an amazing search engine, and this is just a... It's the best we got, so I'm happy. I'm happy we have at least this, and it was made by a guy in his own time, so I'm appreciative of that. Okay. Okay. I only had to take a whole class, but this card is actually pretty cool. You guys are right. This is like an amazing card for Domain. Sword Soul Metaphys, gonna love the 50-50. Yeah, I guess you're right. At the very least, you'll always have one of the 2 traps that you picked to banish. So, and then you just got to find traps that have effects when banished. Face up. Not bad. Not too shabby. Yeah, and it never ends up banishing the monster, so you can't like assume the monster is going to get banished. So, very cool card. What set is this from? Blazing Dominion? That's the newest set, right? Yeah. Oh, they changed the name. It's Clown Crew instead of Clown Clan. I wonder why they did that. Dude, I'm so excited for Fairy Tales. I've been holding off doing a video. I want to do videos like building decks with like pre-con stuff, and I want to get the fairy tale stuff ahead of time to talk about like possible upgrades to the deck, because it's crazy. My experience playing Domain with my friends. I have a friend who loves Charmers, and he's the deck. When you look at it, it doesn't seem scary, but he does the most insane stuff with it ever. Clown Crew is also a deck that I'm very interested in trying out because he seems kind of crazy as a deck master. Just being able to tribute summon him from the deck master zone on other people's turns, because they have a lot of built-in ways to do that. So I definitely want to check out Clown Crew. I don't care about Cool Tune. As a zombie fan, this card's pretty cool. It takes 2 level 6s, which is like super easy now with the new zombie support. Someone plays Charmers and always draws the OG bricks. He doesn't. My friend does not. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy what my friend does with Charmers. It's just wild. This is unfortunately useless in Domain. I mean, it negates a spell activation, right? Spell trap activation. But can't get any of the copies because, you know, Domain. Let's see. Plant Dragon. What do they call this? I can't remember that Cyburst monster that sent a monster from deck to graveyard as cost to summon itself. Everybody always talks about like that card when talking about power creep. I can't remember. Circular. There we go. Thank you, Nightmare. Fata Dragna. Oh boy, there's gonna be a lot of memes about this guy's name. New Super Poly target, eh? 2 monsters with the same type and attribute but different levels. I feel like this is going to be less common to have the chance to Super Poly into this, because, you know, Yummy, they're all level 1s, and you can't. I'm assuming you can't use Link monsters because they don't have a level. Cool Tunes are all like level 2s, right? And they're kind of all around as far as like type and attributes. And they go into, well, I guess they go into level 4s and 6s and 8s, right? Are they all fiends? Are Cool Tunes fiends and I just had no idea? Where are they? No, they're all over the place. Okay. I thought they were all level 2. I was wrong. It's made for Super Duper Poly. I'm sorry. That name is so funny. Super Duper Poly, bro. Oh, gosh. Well, what's next? Super Duper Ultra Poly? Oh, this card. I am so excited about this card. This card is bonkers. I cannot wait. So the last game of Domain that I filmed, I have not worked on yet. I'm sorry, but my friend who's good at playing Charmers was playing his Charmer deck, and we incorporated this card, the new Link 4, and also the new Fairy Tale stuff from this deck. And he unfortunately didn't get very much of a chance to showcase it because I kind of stopped him at important spots. But the deck seems cool. Clown Crew, Hecahands. I haven't really looked at all this. It's actually, I'm actually really excited about this card. Fleeting Phantom Mask Master. It's essentially like another step into the Chimera combo line. Because this could be Foolish Burial, and then you can Foolish Burial another one by banishing a spell, which you could banish Chimera Fusion. I have seen some combos where they banish Chimera Fusion to summon him, and then they end up with a Chimera Fusion anyway still. Or you can send the new... is it in this deck? Or this set? There's like a new spell called Mirage Hands that lets you just Foolish Burial an illusion. So you use the new illusion spell to Foolish Burial him, and then you banish that spell to special summon this, so it's kind of like a starter too. More familiars, possessed support. A new zombie that goes with that level 6 XCs. Oh, what is going on? Oh, my Steam Deck just decided to go to sleep. Sorry about that. The new Toon stuff is definitely designed to work with Chimera. You think so? The new Toon stuff isn't out of this set, right? No, I don't think it is. You can bridge because they're all beasts and illusions. Really? Hold up. Hold up. Card database. Well, if they're all beasts and illusions, then you don't need permission from your friends to play them with Chimera stuff. I shall show you how. Toon. Comic Cat Beast. But I guess, like, the problem is you wouldn't be able to make this, right? Unless... Illusion, you're right. Fiend. Beast. They're all Beast, Fiend, Illusions? Hold up. Hold up. Can I sort them by release date? Oh gosh. Yeah, let's go back all the way to 2005. January 2004 to now. In descending order? How about ascending order? Okay, that had no impact at all. Oh, I guess they're not out yet, are they? Gosh, why'd I have to add this? Reset filters. Toon. It's more permission to use Japanese cards. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yes. Obviously, talk with your playgroup. That's a good idea. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain. It's all we got. It's all we got. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Well, okay, so here's the thing, though. Like, yes, they are all Beast, Fiend, Illusions. But the things you're going to end up... You would not be able to play things like this. Or, you know, whatever else. Well, what if Big Wing Baphomet was your deck master? Because then you would have access to Dark Beast Fiend Illusion. I guess you wouldn't have Toon Mermaid. Thought I heard my phone buzz. I mean, ooh, you got me intrigued now, Nightmare. I guess you could also just, you know, go the boring, you know, Elysium route, right? Very interesting. There is quite a lot of overlap as far as like attributes and types go, but as far as gameplay, I don't know. So the one nice thing about Chimera, the new Relinquished fusion needs Beast, Illusion, Spellcaster, Fiend. Hold up. Okay, bro, you're cooking. I'm on board with this. Is it called Relinquished or is it called Eyes Restrict? I think it's called like Eyes Restrict, right? Yeah. Okay, hold on. It is a Dark Illusion, Fiend, Illusion, Spellcaster. So I don't believe you get Beast, but... I like this. I am intrigued. I mean, that's all right. Like, if you play if you played Big Wing Baphomet as your deck master, you would get access to Dark, which this is in, and then which there's a lot of Dark Toon stuff, and then Beast, Fiend, Illusion. My phone did. My phone is buzzing. Dude, I made a short that's actually kind of popular. So I was gonna say, the one nice thing about Chimera that I find fun for deck building, even though it's kind of like a downside, is that Chimera does not have a field spell. So that kind of gives you some room to play with when mixing other archetypes, because you can choose what is playing right now. Oh, I guess there's apparently... So almost all of my Stream Beats playlist has been taken down, which is kind of weird because it's by Harris Heller. Now it's just playing like a generic rock. That's unfortunate. I guess I'll start back up here. Joey support, Tomb Nightmare support, Train support. Yeah, dude, the Joey support. Okay, we can talk about the Joey support if you guys want. Here, actually, let me pull it up over here. YGO.org. Beastly Mirror Ritual. Oh, that's for Speed Duel. Who cares? Dude, I was actually so excited about this Joey stuff. I'm pretty sure Gilta still gives you all the new guys. That's exactly what I was thinking as I was reading over the spoilers. I also believe that you get pretty much everything with Giltia, the Soul Knight Spear guy. Although, I don't know how good this... I was reading these cards, and I think there's like a short clip of Farfa showing what you can do by opening this and a discard, and it's like just not... It's just not impressive. But it's cool. I love seeing stuff like this, to be honest. So, retrain of Panther Warrior. Same stats. During the main phase, you contribute one other monster from your hand or field, which, first off, makes me wonder if there's anything cool that you contribute from your hand. Nowhere near the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I agree. Yes, no, totally. This is nowhere near the Ritual of Light and Darkness stuff at all. I wonder if there's... Because you could do... I imagine it'd be hard to mix together in Domain, but like the new Clown Crew, they all say when tributed, do something. So this makes me curious if like in Advanced, you could maybe mix in Clown Crew, but you can activate one of these effects. Special summon a monster that mentions Dark... See, and the other funny thing was, I remember reading these last night, and I'm like, where's Dark Time Wizard? I totally missed that it was a spell card. But it special summons from deck, which is kind of crazy. Or you can send a spell trap that mentions Dark Time Wizard from your deck to the graveyard. So it's either add to hand or special from deck, or it Foolish Burials a spell trap. Totally a ton of manga references. I'm glad they didn't make this a fusion. They just made it a normal or a regular main deck monster. If it's in hand, you can reveal another card that mentions Dark Time Wizard, special summon it. Good thing, because it's level 5. And if it's a normal or special, you can add 2 spell traps with different names from each other. Then discard a card. And can attack directly, which is a reference to the fusion monster. Adding 2 and discarding 1 is kind of crazy, especially because I'm pretty sure they have some graveyard effects. So it's not really like you're discarding a card. Jinzo, he's level 7 this time for some reason. Same stats. Becomes Jinzo on the field or graveyard, which I don't even remember the other cards that like interact with Jinzo, but I only remember them not being all that great. We really need a card that ignores Red Eye Fusion's lock. Oh, and the manga is level 7? Oh, okay, well that makes sense. I just remember Jinzo being a level 6 from the one that I owned. Yeah, dude, if there's some way... I mean, it'd probably be too good if there's... I guess it would have to also then lock you into these Joey cards somehow, which that would be really wordy and confusing. But... Or just retrain Red Eye's Fusion to just do the same thing, but not summon Dragoon somehow. If normal or special, you can destroy all traps your opponent controls. They would have to reveal their set cards. Then it gains attack for each card destroyed this way. So it's kind of interesting that this kind of gives you some turn 2 playability. Like you could summon this off of the Panther, right? Yeah, there's no level restriction. You just special summon any monster that mentions Dark Time Wizard, which I imagine this does, right? Yes. So kind of nice if your opponent like sets 2 and pass on top of their monsters. You can try and get their trap cards in domain. The Jinzo cooks. Yeah, because it says your opponent cannot. This is a continuous effect, so it is applied to all your opponents. Your opponent cannot activate traps or effects, trap cards or effects, while you have another monster in your field or graveyard that mentions Time Wizard. The not being able to activate traps or effects is pretty crazy because, yes, there are like traps that have effects in graveyard, like Titanocider to set itself again, which you wouldn't be able to activate it face up, but Lost Winds, there's plenty of stuff that activates in the graveyard. So, you know, if you're playing against like a Tearlament deck that does a bunch of self-milling and activating their traps in the graveyard, this completely shuts that down. Very, very cool card. I'm glad he's level 4, not level 5, because you don't have to do the Umi stick to make him summonable. Labyrinth is also pretty popular in my locals. Yeah, Labyrinth is I have a Labyrinth domain deck, and I freaking love it. I was actually interested in trying to make a domain deck with Labyrinths, but kind of incorporating... let's see. Oh, gosh. I hate Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia fandom. That is a terrible site. Okay. I was wanting to build a Labyrinth deck based around like the viruses and Darkest Diabolos and the field spell, trying to utilize being able to sacrifice or tribute my opponent's monsters to activate those traps. You know, Layer Darkness. For those of you who don't know, this turns all monsters into dark on the field, which can floodgate some opponents. And then also, if you attribute a card to activate a card effect, you can attribute a dark monster your opponent controls, even though you do not control it. Very, very obnoxious with a lot of spells and traps that say, you know, tribute a monster, do this. I hate their levels because Guiltia only searches the original levels. That is true, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, Guiltia cannot search for this, but Rhoda can. So, but it says if your opponent activates a monster effect on the field or when their monster declares an attack, and Umi, or a card that mentions Dark Time Wizard other than itself, is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. That is a lot. If it's special summoned, you can target one monster your opponent controls and destroy it. Also, return this card on the field to the hand during the end phase of this turn. So this is kind of like... Okay, so if you're just doing Umi shenanigans, this is still good. Because this kind of reminds me of the Golem, the Witchcrafter Golem. Like, the Witchcrafter Golem could just be played with spellcasters. And it says whenever they attack a spellcaster or target a spellcaster, she can summon herself, and then you can bounce any monster in play to the hand. And then the Witchcrafter Golem bounces itself back during the next standby. This bounces itself back during the end phase to be used again. So I kind of like this card a lot. I'm not sure after reading all these Joey cards that the Joey deck would be all that good, to be completely honest. But it's cool nonetheless. Yeah, I don't know. You would have to have Umi or something that mentions Dark Time Wizard. That's really hard. Because like in a typical Joey deck, you wouldn't want to just play Umi stuff. And there's not too many Dark Time Wizard cards yet. I imagine all this stuff will get way better when they make like a second wave. You think it'd be a blast? Hey, man. Look, I'm happy to be wrong, to be completely honest. I guess I would just have to like kind of like sit down with the deck and try and find how many starters the deck possibly has. This card I'm actually excited about. This one is kind of like a Dark Magician of Destruction that's also a kaiju. 3,400 attack, which is pretty crazy. It takes a Red Eyes Black Dragon and a monster that mentions Dark Time Wizard. But it says must be either fusion summoned or special summoned from your extra deck by tributing one face-up monster on the field during the turn a monster was destroyed by the effect of Dark Time Wizard. So Dark Time Wizard, just, I mean, we'll get there, but it either destroys all your opponent's monsters or your monsters. So even if you destroyed all your own monsters, you could just tribute one monster your opponent controls. So it's kind of like a backup. Like if the Dark Time Wizard destroys your monsters, you're still going to be able to get this. Because one of your opponents is going to have a monster to tribute. And it can only be summoned once this way, no matter which method you use. Then if it's special summoned, you can special summon a level 8 or lower monster from your hand or graveyard. This isn't like, this doesn't really emanate with like what Red Eyes is trying to do, but and it's level 9, so you wouldn't really be able to make like an Xyz play or anything. But it lets you kind of like rebuild after your Dark Time Wizard doesn't go your way, which I like. And it's also unaffected by your opponent's activated monster and spell effects. That's pretty crazy to me, especially if you get the Jinzo to lock down the traps. Like very floodgatey. I like that it's not just, you kind of have to assemble it a little bit. Demod if it didn't search and needed a coin flip. Yeah, you're right. So very Joey-esque. The combo is with the Scapegoat tokens, you only pop your token and not the actual monsters. I'll have to see what you mean when we get to the... Okay, well, here's Dark Time Wizard. See, I scrolled right past this, and I was like, that can't be Dark Time Wizard. But it is. It's a quick play, which is nice. Add a card that mentions Dark Time Wizard from your deck to your hand, except itself. Also, add one Dark Time Wizard from your graveyard to your hand during the end phase of this turn. I like that a lot. Being able to activate it and get it back during your end phase, I guess you wouldn't be able to set it unless you were doing like Dark Magician shenanigans. I know that the Dark Magicians let you set a spell trap from your hand, I believe. But I'm not sure there's any way to activate this or set it on your opponent's turn. Either way, getting it back is nice as discard fodder for Dragoon, because I imagine if you're doing this Joey stuff, you're going to be playing Dragoon. But the other effect is toss a coin and call it. If you call it right, destroy as many monsters your opponent controls as possible, and if you do, inflict damage to them equal to half those monsters' total original attack. If you call it wrong, destroy all your monsters. Good thing you don't take damage, but... I'm wondering, I'm curious. I'm wondering if these are going to reference like future Dark Time Wizard cards, but who knows? That's a card, that's a card. I'm pretty sure these are all actually just already cards. Pumpkin's in there for some reason. Graceful Skull Dice. Quick play. Roll the 6-sided die twice. I remember when I was reading this, I wondered if you could just roll 2d6. Like, is that technically against the rules because you're not doing exactly what it says? Are you allowed to roll 2d6 and add them and count that as rolling a d6 twice? I don't know. But apply the effects in sequence for the rest of this turn. Monsters you control will gain attack and defense equal to the roll times 200. Or monsters your opponent control will lose equal to the total times 200. And if your opponent normal special summons a monster while this card's in your graveyard, you can banish this card, target one of them, roll a 6-sided die twice. If it's 6 or higher, destroy that monster. So I think that's better than a 50-50 because I believe you have a 50% chance of rolling a 7 or higher. So maybe it is If it's 6 or higher. So you have a higher chance, actually. Chances of rolling a 6 or higher on 2d6. A 72.2% chance. The probability of rolling a total sum of 6 or higher on 2 standard d6 is approximately 72.2%. That's pretty nice, actually. It's definitely going to feel really bad when you don't hit it. I need to get the dice specifically on that art. Yeah, you definitely could get a red and blue dice with black pips. But this could be the card you discard off of the Panther, right? Or you can use Panther to summon him, search 2 spell and traps, and discard the dice plus whatever else you grab, like, you know, Dark Time Wizard, I guess. We're on to the Scapegoats. Special summon 4 Scaped Goat tokens. I don't think that actually makes Scapegoat tokens. Scaped Goat. In defense, then if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon a Swift Panther Warrior from your deck. Also, for the rest of this turn, these tokens cannot be attributed for a tribute summon. That bums me out. Also, you cannot special summon the extra deck except fusion monsters. Okay. I feel Foolish Robber is just the best card to mill and search. I briefly remember reading that card. We'll go over it. Very safe token maker. It's also nice that it says special summon up to 4. Because like when I originally read this card, I was like, oh, you're going to get Panther Warrior and 4 tokens and then not be able to do anything. Like you can use the Panther Warrior to tribute one of them and then go get the Alligator Dragon Sword and go get 2 spell traps and go from there. But then your whole board's full. But it does say up to 4, so... do you get to choose how many you summon? Like, could you just choose to summon 1? Even if you have an empty board? I think you could from the way this is worded. But either way, if a card you control that mentions Dark Time Wizard will be destroyed by battle card effect, you can destroy one of your tokens. Oh, so you would destroy one of your tokens instead of getting blown out by Dark Time Wizard, and then you'd be able to summon the new Red Eyes. Okay. That's really, really good. That's cool. I like that a lot. We got the new Foolish Grave Robber. Send a card that mentions Dark Time Wizard from your deck to the graveyard, except itself. Then you can special summon a monster from either graveyard to your field. A Foolish Burial plus a Monster Reborn. Not too shabby on a trap. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Set one of these cards to your field. Set a card that... Set a trap... A spell trap in your graveyard that mentions Dark Time Wizard, or a spell trap in your opponent's graveyard. Yeah, if you're going... that's another thing about... Like, this deck seems to have, like, an... You know, not too... It has interesting tools going second. So if this ends up getting in your graveyard going second, you can then try and take, like... I don't know. It's hard to say. Steal a Pot of Greed in Domain. There you go. Yeah, in Domain, this has a lot better applications. And being able to get this back with, like, DD Post is going to be huge. Reversal Box. Once per turn, during your standby, roll a 6-sided die, place how many counters during... Oh, during the standby. Okay, okay. So, Domain gets a huge buff here. Roll a 6-sided die, place counters on this card equal to the results. Max 6, that's fine. Once per battle, if an opponent's monster attacks during damage calc, or when a monster's effect is activated on your opponent's field, you can remove a counter from this card, target one of them, toss a coin and call it. If you call it right, you can special summon a monster that mentions Dark Time Wizard from your deck, and if you do, until the end of this turn, change the target's attack to 0, and its effect is negative. Holy crap. Well, okay, if you summon something during the damage step, though, like, you wouldn't be able to get this if special summoned, destroy a monster. Right? Am I correct in assuming that? If you activated the box during damage step, you can only activate things that, like, modify attack. You do activate it? During damage step. I was under the impression that you could only, like, negate the activation of effects and or effects that, like, modulate attack, which Fairy Box does. Any trigger effects can be used in damage step. Interesting. Oh, that makes sense. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to recruit. You're totally right. Okay, okay. Well, that's much better than I thought then. Okay, so trigger effects you wouldn't be able to. You would be able to activate just fine, but optional quick effects you cannot activate during the damage step unless they modulate attack or negate the activation. Is that more correct to say? But either way, if you get tails, this feels bad. 100% Joey, correct? Cool. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. Yeah, dude. I kind of have a feeling that this is going to get a second wave because there's like so many more monsters that, you know, Joey had, you know, Rocket Warrior. That's the first one that comes to mind. What else was Joey playing in? Insect Queen will save the deck, trust me. Monsters Joey had in Battle City. Oh yeah, there's Gearfried the Iron Knight, Guilford the Lightning, and Insect Queen. Dude, Insect Queen's gonna be so funny, man. Oh my gosh. So this is just a side note, and this just is gonna be me like talking about domain format, but I kind of feel like Konami is doing this thing where they like to make groups of cards. I won't call it an archetype, but groups of cards that like to reference each other through mentioning the same card. It might be a hassle and it might be a pain in the ass, but I kind of feel like Domain should incorporate that into Deckmasters. I don't know how you would word it. If your Deckmaster references a specific card, you can play other cards that reference that specific card or something like that. Yeah, Shining Sark is was a recent one. Your locals actually rules it like that. That's awesome. That warms my heart. I've kind of toyed with that idea myself. I haven't actually played. What deck was it? I was gonna try and break the rules for something. I can't remember what it was. Also, and another thing, I kind of feel like if a card has a different title but counts as the same card in deck, it should be allowed to be played. Like Umi, for example. I think if somebody wants to play Umi and you know, what is the other card? Legendary Ocean, I think they should be able to. Like, I'm not going to get mad that my opponent wants to play an extra brick. Harpy Ladies, you know, you should be able to play Harpy Lady 1, 2, and 3, in my opinion, on top of Harpy Lady. But that's just me. Sue Ships, yeah. Angry Burger, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of examples. But that's a nice thing. You can just kind of like you did, Nightmare, you can just talk with your playgroup about it. I will definitely be keeping I'll probably collect this because it's only like what, 9 cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's only about 10 cards. I'll probably get a one-of set of these cards and hang on to them until they make another wave, which I certainly hope they do. But and another thing. How big of a coincidence do we think it is that Konami's making new sets with DM characters on the face of them? Makes you wonder, huh? When was the last time Joey was on the face of a pack? When was the last time Yugi was on the face of a pack? It gives me hope. It gives this Yugi Boomer hope. We have a hero player, and we just rule any card that specifically mentions itself. You get 2. Yeah, I remember that was like one of the biggest things people coming into the Domain Discord when I was still affiliated with them. Like literally the first card and the card that was brought up the most was like Destiny Hero Malicious. I remember I was talking with some friends about like, this is kind of like this would be like a separate thing than what I was saying about like cards that mention or reference each other, but picking one card to allow 3 of, or picking 3 cards to allow 2 of. Something like that. I can't remember what Thunder Dragons do it a lot. Well, okay, see, that's where I kind of would maybe have an issue with that rule. Because somebody could just build full power Thunder Dragons. If there's a card that mentions two others of itself. I can't remember what. Yeah, we were just like spitballing. I don't know. We didn't actually try anything, but for instance, like somebody would really wanted to play Cubics, and clearly you cannot play Cubics without 3 seeds. It's just part of their game plan, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I'm very lenient and lax on the idea of somebody running 3 of a card. If somebody wanted to play Cubics and wanted to play 3 Cubic seeds, freaking go for it, dude. There's an Exodia trap that places 2 copies from deck. Oh, you know what? Somebody kind of... This is... Okay, maybe Nightmare, you will think this is interesting. I will try and find that Exodia card. Or what was it? Sacred Beasts? No. Yeah, it was Sacred Beast. Okay, this is... Is the search bar just not going to work? Awesome. Ah, gosh, how far back am I going to have to go? Do I really... Sacred. What happens if I put sacred? Enter. I press enter. Is this it? This is the deck. Oh, it doesn't even link to its own article talking about the card. Come on, man. Come on. This guy's a professional? You serious? Okay, here we go. Okay, but they do die without this rule because there's 3 cards that need to have 3 of them. But somebody actually in stream talked about a really interesting idea, and I will tell you about it now. Okay, so I believe this is the guy. Yes. If you control another Sacred Beast monster, you can special summon 2 Martyr the Sacred Beast from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Somebody actually suggested kind of a big brain move. They said, what if you just, on the side, have 2 copies of this card sitting outside your deck that don't get shuffled in? And I was like, what? That's the best. That's like such a good way to get around this stupid thing. Because nobody's going to care if you, like, as long as you have 1 in your starting deck, you don't like have an increased chance. You don't have an increased chance of drawing it. But if you have 2 set aside outside of the deck, and you just put them into play as if they were in your deck by activating this card, and just kind of like add them into the game, they can go to the graveyard, they can get shuffled into your deck, they can do everything normal once you do this. I don't know. I kind of think that's a good idea. There's always just 1 Malicious on the side or 1 Thunder Dragon. Well, this would have to have 2 because that's the effect. But like, would I really care if somebody was playing Heroes and they had 1 Malicious in their deck and 2 on the side? I don't know what we're calling this, but like, I don't care. Sure, go through 3 Maliciouses. Go crazy, dude. You're playing Heroes. I don't know. I kind of think that's a good workaround. I would agree to that. I would, because I'm definitely going to want to try and play the Sacred Beast in a domain game. You think it's perfect? You're going to bring it up to your locals? Cool. I'm going to try it out too. I don't think it's overpowered. And I think it kind of keeps what... I can't speak for them, but it kind of seems to keep the spirit of the 60-card singleton idea intact. Because, you know, I would only have 1 of the Skyfires. But I would go through my normal combo or whatever to try and get this to my hand. And then I would activate it, and I would just play it, activate it, and place 2 Skyfires from outside of play or whatever into play, and then they're just considered in the game. So if I get Harpy Feather Duster, they'd all go to my graveyard. I don't know. I think that's kind of cool. I like that idea. I'm definitely going to try it when I eventually do build some sort of Sacred Beast deck. Even though these cards don't really work with the old Sacred Beasts, to be completely honest. I've watched a few videos where they try, and they're actually called Sacred Beasts, so they don't work with the original Raviel and you know, Uriah and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna try that rule. Maybe I'll try and like assemble a pod where each person gets to dabble with this rule somehow. I don't know what other, you know, like you said, somebody could be playing heroes where they get to have 3 malicious with 2 on the side. Somebody could, I don't know, play, what other decks want to do this? Harpies, maybe? I don't know. Harpies, I think Harpies are kind of power crept out compared to these cards, but I don't know. I'll talk to my play group and see if they've ever had some sort of, cubics. Could do cubics. Which is weird because we're getting sick alt arts. You'd think they'd want you to play the old ones. Yeah, I'm a little sad that they don't exactly work with the previous Sacred Beasts, but, you know, that's whatever. Okay. back to playing Master Duel. Oh, gosh dang it. Sorry, I gotta pull up my chat. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know if you were here, Nightmare, but I am going to be getting in a situation where I'm going to try and start inviting my friends over to film live 4-player domain duels. IRL. Not on any simulator, but at a table with our cards, and try and do like game nights live stream. I'm going to try anyway. It's I think it's going to be really difficult to get set up, but once I do, I'll be good to go. I'm really excited about the idea. I was actually looking online for kind of like an audio and video mixer, because right now I just use OBS. An audio and video mixer would help out tremendously. Oh, this hand is sick. This hand is sick. Let's go, dude. I get the talents rip. Oh man. It's gonna be coast is clear after this. Let's take a look-see, buddy, and then I'm gonna make you discard another card. RDA, huh? Okay, so I don't want to pick that. I do want to pick that. If you control, they don't. Okay. Okay, coast is clear. Why are all the RDA players out right now? I have no idea. Oh, this is so good. What can they possibly do? Oh, okay. I thought they had to control, I guess. I mean, I still would have rather gotten the Skullmeister. Send to the graveyard this fella. Do I want... Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, I guess I could have gotten Nightmare Apprentice to discard this to get this, but whatever. Does this have an on-summon effect? Oh, that's it? Okay, who cares? 400 damage. Okay, so Let's see. This is kind of funny. I'm gonna mutiny this guy early because I want to normal summon this Mirror Sword Knight. Then I can make this. Oops, this. Oh, this is so good. I can get back Fiendsmith to hand and then use it to... Yeah, he saw... I mean, he probably thinks I was going to make Desiree, but I wasn't going to end on Desiree. I was however, going to rip another card out of his hand. And end with, you know, DDD, High Wave, King Caesar, plus 2 negates, and blah, blah, blah. Plus my Hecahands and negates. Yeah, I like this deck a lot. It feels like it takes a lot less steps than the Azamina build did, which I like. You think he's playing Blue Eyes? No hand traps, but I got a droplet. He is playing Blue Eyes. Wait, what? Did he brick? Yo, dude, it's Matchy? What is up, bro? Hey, man. Yeah, I got royalty showing up here, dude. Matchy, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Sorry, the Dark Magician guy. What is up, man? Love my work. Thank you. I don't hear that a lot. It's where every Chimera player I duel opens Chimera Fusion when I imperm. Yeah, it's our birthright. We deserve. No, I was kidding. No, it definitely feels good. Because you have to imperm the Gazelle. It's like the best normal summon in the deck. I guess I'll try and bait and ash. I guess. Hopefully not get drolled. Oof, that is tough, man. Oh man, what's up, Matchy? Matchy, are you a domain fan? Because that would be awesome if you. I'm not sure if you know what domain format is, but I mean, I guess if you say you're a fan of my work, then you got to know about it. Yeah, I can search for Kodal here because I can use Kodal to search this, and then I can use my Gazelle to search for Yadel. All right, watch. He's gonna have Imperm, but I got the Chimera Fusion. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll add this, I guess. You're doing good, just roaming and saw that I was streaming. Decided to stop and say hi. Well, thank you for showing up, man. So, Matchy, are you a domain fan? Do you know about domain format? Only asking. Elite Mindset just subbed. Thank you, man. Is that on? Hold on, let me. Sorry, I can't check right this second. Thank you for subscribing, man. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm familiar. I love the concept. Dark Magician Tactics introduced me. Oh, you know Dark Magician Tactics. That's awesome. I haven't met Dark Magician Tactics, but I have talked with them quite a bit in Discord. To Domain, I think it's brilliant. Yeah, dude, it's so much fun. It is such a blast to play with your friends in just a casual environment where, like, it kind of turns more into a board game, like a board game night or like a D&D session, rather than like a super hyper competitive 1v1 wrestling match where you're trying to get each other to, you know, you're trying to get out all your negates, you're trying to stop them completely from playing. It just, it feels totally different. Chimera is my favorite deck. So, and the fact that they have like such a wide domain in that they have Beast, Fiends, Illusions, I get to mess around with the deck a lot and play a lot of different things. And like Nightmare was just talking about how, you know, the new Relinquished stuff, the new Eyes Restrict, and the new tunes all can kind of fit within the Chimera's domain. So there might be some overlap there that I'm probably going to look into later. Yeah, he's a great guy. We never met yet, but we're pretty good friends. Cool. Yeah, I imagine the Dark Magician guys stick together, right? See, so far, I know exactly the sequencing I would do in like my Azamina build of this, but this I am totally kind of winging it. So let's see, one, oh gosh, okay, so I definitely have enough to make, do I want to do Area Leader? Or do I want to do Sword Knight? I kind of want to do Sword Knight. Yeah, let's do that. Just for fun. You're a big fan of Magic Commander, but I love Yu-Gi-Oh! More as a game, and I like the idea as a 2-in-1. It's awesome too. Yeah, I was kind of in the same boat. I played Commander. I played Magic the Gathering Commander since, gosh, it was about 14 years ago. Kiratis, what is up? How is it going? I'm doing great. I'm trying out the new Hecahands stuff. I'm also trying to talk to everybody, and I'm probably not going to do a great job here, but I can bring this back. Oh, I'm such an idiot. He called by it. I'm a fool. Oh man. Okay, I can still make DDD, but then yeah, you know what? I'll do it anyway. I am a fool. I'd be surprised if there's a fair amount of animosity between the Dark Magician influencers. I try not to get involved and do my own thing. Interesting. Yeah, if only I would have took that advice. Oh man. Gotta run, gotta train to catch. Have a great rest of your stream, and we'll keep in touch. Keep up the good work. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It was nice meeting you, officially, I guess, so to speak. I have watched your stuff, and I do hope you get to top a YCS with Dark Magician. It'll be historical. Do I want to summon any of these? Sure, I'll summon this one. Jowza. Though I think they banned my favorite deck for this format. What favorite deck is that? Add one card to my hand. I'll just get this. Or should I get this? I'll just get this. Let's make them discard another card. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I've been putting everything in defense position. Oh, and I have no time to attack. I'm missing lethal here, but I don't have the time. Oh, I should have put Joust in attack position. I'm a fool. Loose, sure. I'm picking him. I'm picking him! I did not play that out as nearly as well as I could have. But I have 2 summon negates, a spell trap negate, an effect monster negate, and a targeting negate. I think I'll be all right. All right, sorry. I will catch up. Kirta says, "Nice. Glad you're doing well." What is this? Majesty. Sure, negate. So far, I like the idea of Yu-Gi-Oh! Commander. Some friends who don't want to play currently in the TCG. I'll try to get into this one. Though I think they've banned my favorite deck for this format. Are you talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Commander? Or sorry, Domain format? Galaxy Photon. I'm not so sure that that's necessarily ban-worthy. So a lot of people get this idea about, because they'll hear the rules briefly. And let's see, can I pop that card? You can target 1 card. Okay. They get this idea that once they hear, you know, nothing's banned, for instance. They seem to think that the format is broken. There's no balancing feature. They think that because if you're only used to playing like TCG or Advanced or you know, even Edison, you have this idea in your head that like you're trying to build the biggest, toughest board to play through for your opponent, because you want to play as many negates, you want to play as many interactions, you want to play as many interrupts, and you want to build as big of a board with the archetypes that you're playing, and that's just not what happens in Domain format. In Domain format, I would argue that the decks that have the better longevity plan, in that, or what I mean by that is like decks that can add cards from graveyard and banish back into the deck to play the same play multiple times, those decks tend to do better. Or the decks that can hold up the most interaction on other turns. Because if you think about it, your opponent gets 3 turns in a row, you can just instantly die. If it's already past, you know, if the 4th player is taking their turn, the 4th player, the 1st player, and the 2nd player could all attack player 3 and just kill them if they don't have enough interaction. Now, most people don't find that fun, so they don't do that. But you have to kind of keep that in the back of your mind that all 3 of your opponents could just all attack you one after another. So if you don't have a way to defend yourself or to stop them or to keep yourself alive, that is a possibility, and the game can end for you in that way. Because of that, you know, people can build crazy, you know, they can get like a Desiree with 2 negates plus like all the other, you know, memento stuff in play, which has like, you know, one of them's like an Appaloosa for 3, and you know, they have lots and lots of interaction. If you just go like, you know, Kaiju Feather Duster, like, then your opponent's a lot more wide open. So it's just totally different. Now, obviously, playing Fiendsmith and Memento, they would have things to do in response to those cards, but you know, building the biggest board is not the best way to win a Domain game, in my opinion. Apparently, due to thriving in Tier 0 formats 3 times, making the meta players at my local have to learn my combos not to get OTK'd and OTKing through 5 negates on more than one occasion, Yeah, so I don't know. I've personally never really played against a dedicated photon deck in Domain. I'd imagine you'd have plenty of things to do. I'm just not so sure it would be like overbearing, and I don't say that to be like offensive or insulting towards your favorite deck or anything. It's just you'd be surprised, man. Crazy stuff happens. Crazy stuff happens in Domain. You can think you've got the craziest, best board that's unbreakable, and then, you know, somebody lava golems you or whatever. Nymer says, yeah, that's my issue. I go all in, and I've lost every game so far. See, this is one reason why I like Chimera in Domain so much. Is now, like, this is just one example of a deck, but lots and lots and lots of the illusions have battle protection. Like, they can't be destroyed by battle. Same thing with this one, right? Yeah, the new Hecahands also cannot be destroyed by battle. And the fusions that I make, you know, this one's a monster reborn from Graveyard, and this one's a monster reborn from Banish. They both banish themselves in doing that. And I can bring them back with DD Post. I can shuffle them back into my deck. So the deck just has like a lot of instant speed ways of getting an illusion back into play, so that hopefully I will survive, you know, any crazy assault. That's one reason I like Chimera so much in Domain. So far, I love the idea. Plus, a friend loves heroes and odd eyes, so he can finally play a deck he enjoys. My friend, oh my gosh, I had a buddy. I have to hurry up and end stream soon, but I had a buddy who had odd eyes deck. It did the craziest stuff. It had a lot of survivability. He played the pendulum one that said whenever an odd eyes you control is destroyed, you can special summon an odd eyes from your deck. And obviously every turn that just turns into a lot of advantage. Yeah, odd eyes is crazy. Heroes are crazy. There's too many cards to fit in a hero deck. Kirita says, oh no, I would love being the arch enemy in a game like that. Plus remembering seeing a tier deck resolve painful choice and lose was super funny. You cried laughing. Yeah, that's a really good example of how, like, even an insane deck can get the craziest start, and it can still be, you know, if the other three people, and you know, it's kind of funny. I also kind of like being the arch enemy. Like, I like being the problem. Didn't they just make Destiny Hero cards? They did. I've played Destiny Hero one time in Domain, and it actually made me really interested to try and build kind of like a full-fledged hero deck that leans more into the Destiny Hero stuff. But anyways, thank you guys. My kid is going to be home from school soon, so I got to sign off. It was fun hanging out. I definitely enjoyed the Hecahands stuff. This list was a deck, or a list that won a first place at a regionals, so that was pretty cool. I'll definitely try it more, learn the lines better, because the deck that I like to play, which is this one. Oh, no, sorry, not this one. Where is it? This one. This one, I know all the lines of play down to the T, and it kind of goes, it uses the Azamina stuff, but this one, the Hecahands variant, I do not know the lines yet. I have to learn. But anyway, thank you guys. I don't know exactly when I'll be streaming next. I kind of have a big thing I'm going through right now, but you guys will know about it soon. And yeah, I'll try and I plan on streaming more. I plan on trying to do live Domain games at some point within the next month for sure, whenever I resolve my stuff. So I got exciting stuff in the future. I will keep you guys updated. You can always join my Discord, which is in the pinned Linktree link if you guys want to join. But until next time, I will see you guys around.